Whew. All right, guys. Well, the Angel Brigade is gathering. Your mission is to stay strong and remember who you are, and do not fall, do not fold. Start trusting in who you are and stand your ground because, well, we know interesting times are coming. That's another word for rough times are coming. But on the other side of that is a great period of unfoldment for all of us if we just get through this period of time. So stick around. We're going to talk about what that means. Meanwhile, all of you, welcome back. Some of you are my old friends. I'm really happy to see you. And if you're new to me, well, then thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, and share, and hit that subscribe button, which I just got that subscribe button. So please hit it. It will make me feel much better. All right. So I'm Joan of Angels, if you don't know me. And I'm actually feeling in my most angelic of selves today. And so you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. You can check out my website, joanofangels.com, and get free ebook on fulfilling what you came here to do, fulfilling your soul purpose in this life, finally, at long last. So that's what I do. I'm an intuitive. I'm a coach. I'm a counselor. I'm an oracle. I bring messages for people and healing. And that's what we do on Miracle Monday. We do all of the above. So, okay, guys, where are you from? Number one, I see all my old friends, young friends, new friends here. I'm just so grateful for you. We are already starting at a very high vibrational frequency. It just began with the day. And so settle in. Let us know again where you're from. And we're going to just start talking a little bit. But first, let's start by grounding, calling in the light, bringing up our energies. And this will give you time to share us out with your friends, with your tribes. We're going to do some healings tonight. And I'm going to tell you a couple of stories about that. Because today is a 9-day. And what the heck is a 9 energy day? Well, a 9 numerologically is a day about letting go. And what in the world are all these eclipses we're in? Well, all of that is about letting go, clearing out your shadow, and moving forward fearlessly, despite what it might look like on the outside. So you have to know who you are on the inside. Does that make sense? So that all has to do with why I'm wearing my crown, why I put the wings up. And Avon is in the house too. Some of you already you've got quite a fan club going, Avon. But I did this because I realized something. I laughingly say I'm the only Joan of Angels on the planet. Well, that is true. But as Joan of Angels, what do? Well, I hold space and I raise these wings to help all of us align our vibrational frequency, to shift our energy, to hold steady so that we can, each of us, unfold our own power during these times, which are very heavy, because on the other side of all of this trauma, on the other side of all of this chaos, on the other side of all of the kind of need for control that's happening out there, and the rising up, by the way, of the people against it, we have to take our own stand. We cannot sit in the gray zone anymore. We can't. So whatever 50 shades of gray, no more, because you're either in or you're out. You understand who you are or you don't. You say yes to what's going on or the mandates, or you don't. And there's no in between on that. You either say yes or you say no. So this staying strong, we have not had to stand up for our beliefs and who we are for a long time. So tonight is about grounding you in your own personal strength. Whether you have had to say yes to these mandates and go along with the crowd, or whether you've been able to say no to these mandates and stay strong and hold your own ground. I'm here tonight to tell you, number one, miracles are happening on the planet. every day in every way. And they told me that it is time for Drone of Angels to start again, helping you remember how powerful you are during these times. We are not at effect. We are the cause. We are the revolution. We are the new age. We are the Aquarian shift. We are that which is transforming what is happening. We are also that which is shining a light on so much dark that it's like the little creepy crawlies are coming out of the woodwork. So, and we also know that rough times are ahead, at least for a while. So it is important to sit up here with your wings. You can borrow mine if you want, and to look at it from the highest perspective ever. So we go from there. All right. So okay. And the other thing I have is our planet, our loving, 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 loving planet. No matter where you are on the planet, you are on the planet. I mean, it's kind of amazing. It's amazing that I could be sitting here in my home in the Coachella Valley, California, and send love out to all of you, and you receive it. And I adore all of you, by the way. I appreciate every one of your comments. All right. So that's the bottom line, is going to get through the rough times. It's important to understand what you're made of. Okay. God, was it sugar and spice and everything nice? Some of the things that you're made of. All right, let's go. Take a deep breath in. Whew, and let it all out. Good. And taking another deep breath in. And letting it all out. And taking a deep breath in again and letting it all out. Good. Now let's anchor in strong. Send your roots down to the center of the earth, out through the balls of your feet. So they go clunk down in that core of that earth. And then send that antenna, that one that's just like that, all the way up to the heavens, so that you are grounded. You are held strong by this invisible cord or pillar that goes right through you from the heavens, through your crown, through your spinal cord, through your feet, all the way to the center of the earth. And so, Mother, Father, God, we ask that we go gracefully through this transition. We ask that over the next period of time, that we can stand tall in our truth, that we remember who we are and why we're here, that we remember that we are not here alone, that our guides, our angels, our guardians of light, our departed loved ones, our spiritual team is here with us, guiding us every single step of the way. We know that the highest outcome, the highest good for all concerned. We understand that things get messy. We understand that things may be a bit challenging. We know that there are things we need to let go of in this process. But in this process, we ask that we be cleansed, purified, and healed. We ask that we be made strong, that we have compassion and wisdom and understanding, so we can do what we came here to do. I guarantee that each and every one of you on here, okay, listening now or later to my beloved YouTube and Facebook tribe, I guarantee that you are here for a reason, that it is not an accident that you are here 2021 going into 2022 in the craziest period of the planet, where it is resetting in a way that none of us expected. Even if you had heard, the times might get crazy on the planet. So we are in the most amazing, unique, and just outstanding time of all times. And when we gather 3 years from today, we will know that it is our belief and faith, it is our faith, confidence, and belief. It is our belief in miracles. It is our belief in the power of the divine, in the power of the angelic realms, the celestial realms, the power of God, the power of source, the power to work through each and every one of you, each and every one of us, to come through us so that wherever we go, we carry this light and we stand strong, knowing our roots are firmly in the center of the earth. Our core, our antennas are up in the heavens, and it is so. We walk in the light, we carry the light, we are vibrating in the light, we shed the light, we share the light, and we will not be afraid. And so it is. So it is. Okay. So, guys, I want to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story about when I first began the Miracle Makers show. Okay. And it really, so in 2000, now I did actually a show years ago called Make Your Miracle Today. But that was one of my books. It was a show also. So this is not new to do these shows on miracles. But I had gone through my own nights of the soul. And honestly, guys, I also had to wake myself up because there were times I was afraid and times I was afraid to be seen. And so it was about 2017, I think it was 2017, that I was told it was time to make a deck. And I made a miracle deck. And my friend Neil, many of you know him, Neil Gar from Portal to Ascension, right? PTA, if you know Neil, if it was through Neil, you found me. But so Neil and I were talking, I was telling him all about the deck. And he said, well, Joan, how are you going to market the deck? And I said, well, I don't know. And he said, well, I have an idea. He said, why don't you, since the deck had 44 cards, he said, why don't you do 44 days of your cards, do a webinar or 20-30 minute talk on each one of your cards. And that's the miracle deck that I have here. Okay, that is for sale privately, but it's my miracle deck. And he said, well, why don't you do 44 days? And so I did. And then he said, well, Joan, why don't you, I'll use the deck tonight, Sherry. Okay. So then he said, well, Joan, why don't you come to Orange County and do this event? And so we set up a miracle event. But as we were setting up the miracle event, I also was guided and told that I was going to have to set up a weekly show. So I'm getting my dates a little mixed, and I think I'm getting my stories mixed, but the bottom line is going to be the same. So I was guided to set up the Miracle Mondays, and I'm very shy. And I had a friend, and even though I've done shows, I'm still shy. And my friend was supposed to come over that day. It was the launch of the show again after a long time. And that's cute. And he was supposed to come over that day and pay me something like $2,500 for Archangel Michael. I had given him Archangel Michael with the agreement that when he could, he was going to pay me. And he and Archangel Michael were like one, is all I can say. And so he had won a lawsuit, and he was on his way that Monday to bring me $2,500 in cash for the painting. It was a big day, right? First of all, I loved him, but I needed that money. I was completely out of money, and starving artist, sometimes. So I was waiting for him. I was ready to do Miracle Monday that night at 7 p.m. And as the day goes by, I get the feeling more and more that he's not going to show up. More and more, he's not going to show up. I call my friends in LA. I'm practically hysterical. It's like, go and find him, go and look for him. And they all thought I was off the wall. But, my clairsentience hopped in. And so I'm in a panic. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And suddenly I just know he's gone. It's about 6:30 at night. He never showed up. And I'm wanting to not do the show. I'm wanting to cancel the show. How could this happen? How could this happen? And I set it up in my kitchen living room. And I have a view of my hallway over there. And as I'm looking, I see Archangel Michael standing there in my hallway with two swords like this, telling me that I cannot turn around and I cannot go and run back, and that I was to move forward with this show no matter what. No matter that I'm freaked out that, Brian didn't show up. I was upset about several things about this. Number one, I'm upset because he didn't show up. He didn't show up with my money. Okay, so I have my 3D point of view. Didn't show up with my money. And I had a worry that he wouldn't, because I just needed that money. And then I had this distress that something happened to him and that he had died. And then I had this distress that I had to go on the air. Not that it probably mattered to any of you who knew I was even going to go on the air, but that I was committed to do this. And Brian wasn't here. Brian hadn't showed up. So I go on air and I do this very first Miracle Monday, or the restart, honestly, guys, who can remember? And I'm literally heartbroken. I have to force myself. And guys, some Mondays I do. I have to just fluff up my wings and shift my energy so that I'm in the highest of vibrational frequencies. And I go on the air and we start on my miracles. And we start talking about how to step into that miracle wave, that miracle consciousness, so that we can step into our destiny, so that we can have that joy within, so that we can and turn, tragedies into miracles, and shift our energy and hold space, that we're not going to fall apart as a country, that we are going to hold steady, that we can do what we came here to do. And so I love all of you on Mondays so much. So no matter how I feel, by the time I'm done, my frequency is at 1,000 plus. And I'm in ecstasy that you're here with me. But so I go on and I do that Miracle Monday, the first of I've been doing it regularly ever since then. So that, I think, is January 2017. And I'm praying for miracles. Brian doesn't show up. And I'm mad at him. I'm so mad at him. And yet I'm in this miracle flow. And I want you to know what happened the next day. So I get off and I cry, and I find out, I'm going to share this in two parts of the story. And I did find out 3 days later that Brian killed himself. Well, he didn't kill himself. He died of an accidental overdose. And I was furious. I was really angry at him, angry and sorrowful. But what I learned out of that is every Monday night, Brian and Archangel Michael are now in my hallway telling me I can't turn around. I can't fold. I can't give in. I must stay strong. And so when I came to the title of tonight's show, it's like, guys, what do you want me to talk about? They said, let's talk about staying strong. Let's talk about what it takes to hold steady when the whole world, your government, your doctors, everyone is against what you might know to be true, or is pushing your buttons about what you know is true. So I'm going to tell you that what you know to be true is truth. You are the only vector of your truth, if that makes sense. It is discernment that comes through you and around you. And so whatever someone might say, unless it's source themselves, God themselves, your angelic tribe, your celestial tribe, your star tribe, okay, unless it's from a source you know positively is from that highest vibration, your work is to know from the inside out your truth, because it ain't your truth if someone from out there is telling you what you should think, what you should put in your body, what you should eat. And by the way, this what you should eat thing, do you know there's a diagnosis code for people who are passionate about organics and vegetarianism and veganism? There is a diagnosis code that says you're like a mental case if you care about what kind of water or food or air that you are drinking. There is a diagnostic code. So no matter what that is, you know the truth about how powerful you are. Now, the next day, I do my Miracle Monday. I'm shaking. And I go online and I got lots and lots of comments. So this was sort of very different in those days on Facebook. And I see a comment from my friend Randy, and he says, Joan, I was on your Miracle Monday last night. And he said, and in the middle of the night, I get a text, or like 5 a.m, I get a text. He said, I get a text that someone, my old college roommate, has just sent me via PayPal $5,000. He said, I know it's a direct result of being on the show last night and talking about miracles. So we are rejecting poison. We are rejecting fear. We are rejecting control. No one should control you guys. Whether it's a spouse, your dog, your kids, your doctors, your government, your neighbors. No one should control you. We are sovereign, independent beings. And it's a miracle to be able to say that. So the next day, Randy sends me this Facebook message, and then we talked. He got $5,000 and he needed it. He was about to set up a GoFundMe because he died a few months later of cancer. But that was the beginning of me understanding that more happens on this show than my human self knows. So more is happening in your life than your human self knows. Now, the purpose of these eclipses, and I know there's another one this week, the purpose of these eclipses are to clear out your shadows. I don't have shadows, you might say? Baloney. We all have shadows. We have things we don't want people to know about us. We have fears that run us. We have doubts. I bet you didn't know that on Miracle Mondays, I have a Archangel Michael and Brian in that hallway, and they say to me, you cannot not go on. Okay? That's one of the shadows of what does it take to help each and every one of us. So I want you to look at it. What is your shadow? Because today is a 9-day. A 9-day is clearing shadows. So last night, well, not last night, a year ago in October, the end of October, I was told that I had to undergo a year basically of dental work so that I would have beautiful teeth, a shining, beautiful smile to take me around the world. And that was going to be my gift. I went outside and I said to the full moon, I want, beautiful smile to take me around the world. And a what do they call that? A flying thing went by, a flying meteor went by. And I said, and it's going to happen. And it did happen, but it was accompanied by a year of tremendous pain. So all of that work was extremely painful. And the trip to get there was 120 miles or 110 miles, but it could have been far, far away because I started to develop severe post-traumatic stress syndrome whenever I would drive whenever I started driving. So driving to the dentist became a torture to me and a frightening experience. And then it went out to driving anywhere that had a hill, had a curve, had something I didn't know was on the other side. And so I suffered tremendously and had just tremendous anxiety attacks. And so I had to go back to the dentist today. And I think it's a very interesting day. And I'm sharing the story because, again, what are you guys letting go of? Start writing it down here. Post in these comments. What are you letting go of? Because I'm sharing with you my story for a reason. So I go to the dentist today, and I had to get up at 5, which is late to go over there. It's a couple of hours to get there. And I can't sleep last night. And I'm starting to review, when did my driving trauma start? And I really noticed that it kind of started around the dental work. It actually started a little bit before, but I had a car accident right after I started the dental work, and I was toast. But I started then remembering all the times that I used to be able to drive successfully. I drove everywhere. I'm pretty independent, up, down California, inside out to Arizona, whatever, up mountains, down mountains, the cliffs of Sausalito on the highways. And I was fine until the last year. So last night I started to review it. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock rock. I'm reviewing in my head all of my driving of the times that I used to really love driving. And I absolutely remembered the trauma. So when I drove today, I can't explain it. All right. But I had such a release. And that's what I want to tell you about your fear and your worry. I had such a release because I started writing down the good times of driving, because I love driving. There's a freedom on the road. You do a 5-hour trip, you go to a new place. There is a freedom. And I had started to confine my life, because if you can't drive, you're not free, right? You're not free. And so I had a breakthrough today when I went to the dentist, and also he gave me great news. But he associated some of my driving with the trauma of my teeth, and I realized he was right, and I acknowledged it. But also today is a day of letting go. So what are you letting go of? Okay, yes, we're letting go of fear and frustration. We're letting go of your kid. This is traumatic on kids. The truth is, okay, this is very traumatic on the souls of our families, of our kids, of our grandparents, everyone. Okay, and we have other fears of our health. And we'll do a little prayer of seeing the positive outcome for this week, of healing for each and every one of you, of healing from your surgeries, of healing from your heart, of helping our families see that they are, that they are in charge. Okay, so helping our children cope with this in a powerful way. And honestly, if I had young children, I'd be homeschooling them now. And to be very honest with you, I have been, many of you know my background as a doctor of chiropractic, and I have been on this rant for many years, that health comes from inside our body. And so I'm not a vaccinator. I believe in the natural health of our body and our immune system. So yeah, I would be homeschooling at this point and taking care of my children that way. But each of us some of us have to conform, and that's okay. Just do the things to keep yourself healthy. Respect your own decision. Don't make it because someone pushes you to do it. Okay. So let's talk about this thing called fear. Okay. Fear is an imaginary. What is the Book of Miracles say? Okay, it's an imaginary reality. Fear is something that we are making up and pretending that it is real. But I want you to know something. A miracle is focused, manifesting our intentions into reality, allowing creative living energies. So there's many ways of breaking down miracles. Each of you can break it down in a different way. I always break it down in new ways, but we're in that period of time, focused intention of where we're going and what we want. So I was able to drive today and talk to myself when I had false evidence appearing real. Okay. It looked to me like I could fall off the side of the road. Okay. It's like a mountain pass. That's the thing I love about California is the mountains and the views. The thing terrifies me driving is the mountains and the views. And so I'm driving, and there's nothing on this side. It's just nothing. And so I'm talking to myself. It's okay, even though it appears that there's nothing on this side, I know that I'm not going to fall off. Even though I'm afraid that I'm going to fall off the road, I have never fallen off the road before. Guys, you have not fallen off the road before, and you're not going to fall off now, okay? You are going to be taken care of just like you have always been taken care of, all right? And so it is. So the shadow is fear, because we think that fear is real. Every time I got on that road, I had an anxiety attack, a panic attack. My breath went because I was afraid I'd fall off the road. And the truth was, I've never fallen off the highway. Okay. I do have a friend that once fell off the highway because her boyfriend fell asleep at the wheel in Yosemite, and they did fall off the cliff, and they were saved by a tree. But honestly, the chances of me falling off that road are very slim. No one in front of me was falling off. No one behind me was falling off. Only I am convinced I'm going to fall off, right? So that is how you start taking your shadow and you rework it. Even though I am afraid I'm going to fall off this road, I am not going to stop in the middle of the road and have a panic attack, Joan. You are not going to do that. You are going to continue, because even though you're afraid you're going to fall off, the reality is you do not fall off. So therefore, my friends, that is one of the ways to hold that consciousness that even though it looks like this, even though I am afraid of the outcome, even though it looks like a dark winter is coming, I know that I'm going to be able to handle everything that comes my way. And we do that by clearing out the old. We clear out those old beliefs, because I ain't going to go another day being afraid to drive. Okay, that's ridiculous. And neither are some of you. You don't want to go another day being in fear, because that keeps you from shining your light. It does. It keeps you, fear keeps you so focused on the fear and the anxiety that you cannot shine your brilliance. And it's your brilliance I need. Everyone on this call needs. Your family, your loved ones, your tribe needs you to be in your brilliance, in your trust, in your higher self. They don't need you to show up with all your fears and go, oh my God, I'm just like this, in major depression. So I get that it is a depressing time. And if they go forward and do what looks like they would like to do, and shut it all down again, well, that's their agenda. It is not mine. And so it could look like a very depressing time. But understand that on the other side of this, more people are saying no. More people are saying no to the outside control and yes to the inner unique expression of each and every one of your consciousnesses. All right. So release all fear of advancement, okay, and restriction in money. Allow yourself to say yes. Let's all listen. There's 2 or 3 things on everyone's mind. Correct me if I'm wrong. Health, wealth, and happiness. I was going to say money and prosperity, right? I don't even know what the others are. What is going to happen around the country and the world? What's going to happen to me? All right. So I know that all of you have your own gifts and powers. You would not be listening to Joan of Angels if you didn't have your own intuitive gifts and your own abilities to think outside the box. And to begin to say, yes, my fear comes from childhood. My fear comes because other people said, don't do this. Don't get too rowdy. Don't talk too loud. Don't do this. In fact, sometimes my sister still says, oh my God, Joan, can't you calm down? Well, no, I can't. I'm a passionate person. I can't calm down. So we have to readapt as of today, as of right now, by the time we get off tonight. That is to the truth. What is the truth about me? And that fear that you are feeling about, say, your surgery or your future. Let's know, when I went in for that major surgery a year ago, I had this vision that I completely forgot about till right now, but I had this vision standing in my kitchen, and suddenly I saw myself up in heaven, okay? And there were rows and rows and rows. I don't have visions like this very often, so it stood out in my mind, of traditional angels with wings, and with harps and white gowns. Okay. And it was row after row after row. There must have been thousands of these angels, and they were playing the harp and they were singing the Hallelujah chorus. And now I'm going into this major surgery the next day, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, they've come to tell me that this is the end. This is the end. All right. I'm going to be leaving tomorrow. I'm going to be leaving my body. So I go through this whole thing, my human self, okay, goes through this whole thing about my human self that I'm going to, be passing on. But honestly, the angels were just there to tell me that they were guiding my doctor's hands. So I want you to know that if you're having surgery at this moment, or your loved one is having surgery, ask that the angels guide your doctor's hands. And then trust that it will be so, because my doctor did major surgery on me that was really almost impossible. And he managed to do it. And for some reason, I believed he could do it. So have that trust and place the hand of God. Just like I say, if you're going through a trial or you're in court or legal battles, put angels in the courtroom, put angels around everyone that is involved in it. But mainly right now, we're concerned about letting go of what is dark inside of you, what is festering inside of you as fear that is, evidence appearing real, okay? Fear that is nothing more than an illusion of your 3D reality, and start replacing it. So listen, even though we suspect food shortages are coming, because I want to answer that, I'm going to try to answer many questions. If you have questions, I will answer them tonight. But yeah, there will be food shortages. It's not just a suspicion. There will be. So what do? If you know that there are going to be food shortages, you stock up on food. You stock up on batteries. You stock up on water. You stock up on candles. If you can afford a generator, you get a generator, because we also know that there are going to be fuel shortages. Food, fuel, food, fuel. So you take care of yourself. And if you can, you grow some of your own food. Yes. Okay. So the fear of dying. I will say this. So far, all of you are alive. So as of this moment, you haven't died. All right. And I also think that when I think about dying, I think of two things. I think, number one, oh Lord, I don't want any pain. Just don't give me any pain. So that's my first one. But the last time I had a fear of dying, my fear of dying was because I said, oh my God, if I die in 30 years or so, I will be so brilliant. If I'm so smart now, what's coming through, and it's not me, it's the information that comes through me. If I'm so smart now, or you're so smart and awake now, in 30 years, I'm going to be so much more awake. I want to keep sharing this wisdom. I don't want to die. And I had this moment of sorrow about passing. And then I had this vision. I was talking to my friend Shima, and I had this vision. I saw myself going into, so it was like I was afraid of dying. And suddenly I go into this room, and I know it's a makeover room, and I'm dropping this body, and I get this amazing new body that was capable of doing so much more. And of course, the guides showed me that it was a body that had a lot more versatility. It was in the fifth dimension, this body of mine. And they showed me that death was merely a makeover. We drop our body suit, this thing that many people call a bodysuit. A bodysuit because it houses the soul of yours that's been here for thousands of lifetimes, for an eternity. You have been here, most of you. Many of you are volunteers. You came here for the year 2020, 2021, 2022, and beyond. You came here for the training that you are getting now in standing in your truth, so that you can then be part of creating this new world, this new Aquarian age, where People are free. People are responsible for their choices. We choose things that are the highest vibrational frequency with the highest outcomes. So we have that potential, all of you, to get through these times, always making that choice for the highest good, and allow your process to unfold. Okay. Allow your process to unfold. So what do we do with fear? Thank you. I'm going to take a drink. Now, if you guys help me out, we're going to send love and healing to this water, because when we send love and healing, we can change it. Let's work on that fear of food shortages, okay? It is frightening, okay? So here's what I'm going to say. Even though there are things that look like they're going to happen or possibly happen, I know that I'm capable of finding some solutions for myself and my family. I have seen lots of ads for urban gardens, okay? How you can do urban gardening to start growing. You can go online and start ordering food, for survival food. You can start protecting yourself now. This will not be a permanent, so this is not permanent. There's a period of time where it's almost like they want us afraid. Do not go into fear. All right. And the perfect card I picked out was this one, and I can never pronounce it. I butcher them. Anya Durga, power of the good. So what a beautiful, what goes around comes around, that full circle, that the power of the good. Who is the good? The good is us. The good is the higher vibration of when we hold our highest thoughts. And we start to see the world we want to create. We see, okay, that we are going to be taken care of, and we plan for it. I told my friend Canella to get all the people who come to the market, the produce sellers, let's get to know them and have a direct connection to the farmers market people who are selling produce and food. So yeah, yes, I suppose all of that is worrisome. Of course it's worrisome, but again, we're stronger than that. Don't go into the fear, because that will turn off your light. That'll say you have no power. That's not true. We have power collectively together. Join up with others and share what you have. Revolutionary idea. You need never lose faith in the power of good. You need never lose faith in how much you can accomplish as an independent and inspired individual in this world. I didn't make up this card. I didn't go through the deck and go, okay, I'm going to get I'm going to look for the most perfect card. It is the most perfect card by divine intelligence, you guys. You need never believe you are alone or without divine protection. You need never feel evil. You need never fear evil. Post that comment, Tina. You need never fear evil. Do not fear what it is coming, for it has been ordained, and the solutions and the outcomes will be exactly what we're looking for. Because when I pulled the cards before we started tonight, this was the first card I pulled, transformation. And I said, oh my God, here I am. This subject is so heavy. If you told me a year ago these are things I'd be talking about, or 2 years ago, I think you're nuts. But transformation, a fresh new way of living energies is coming. Find your tribe. Don't put your head in the sand. Find your tribe and start growing with your tribe. Find the plants and the herbs that you need to keep yourself healthy. Why? Well, the FDA wants to eliminate your homeopathic remedies and your herbal remedies. So it's all about independence. I can't believe I'm reading this. Of course, I can believe it. You need never lose faith in how much you can accomplish, each and every one of us, as an independent and inspired individual in this world. Okay? The third eye of the Divine Mother sees all things. It is ever watchful and ever just. She bursts through holy vision the magnificent power of good in all realms. Her gaze is upon you now. Her gaze right now is going through you now. Trust her. Believe in the power of the divine to keep an eye on things for us. Guys, there will be a transformation. So we know that it's not going to go so bad we cannot get back on our feet. Okay? Do not watch the news because of the fear they promote, but don't hide your head and understand what is going on. They want you afraid. They want us afraid. But if we're together, we can trust, then and we know the outcome is transformation. And the other cards, so it's so perfect. The whole reading goes together. I asked for a reading for us so we can hold steady for this week during our time. Okay. And because that's what Miracle Monday is about, is how we can have miracles for ourselves and the planet. So the second card I pulled was Ascending the Mountain. Keep going forward. So, okay, so it's going to be a crappy winter. It could be. So what? So what? We're not going to lay down and die. There is going to be a spring. The sun is going to come up every day. And we have a tribe. You'll come on Mondays. We'll talk. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. You'll have your neighbors. You will not be alone in this time. Love. And the third card in this series was the voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. Over and out. So trust the power to alert you when you need to know something. So trust that you will be guided. That's why I talk about my intuition class so much and the soul awakening sessions so much, because they help you know the truth for yourself. They help you know why you're here and help you give meaning to that which in your life is confusing to you, so you understand your choices and your directions. I've been doing this a long time, 42 years. I have acted as a guide. A long time. I have another 42 years, just so if you're counting. Okay, so the moment you feel something is not coming from love, acknowledge it immediately. You don't have to make it about you. You don't have to analyze it. You just have to use your divine connection, deal with it promptly, and cut it out of your life. Okay. So deal with it promptly. You can go, even though this looks horrific, I know that I'm going to be able to handle whatever comes my way. I know that I have these intuitive gifts. I know that I can discern the truth about what's going on. I know that this is my body, my truth, my way. I know that my body can heal from within. Whew, a lot of things we know. No wonder I think I'm so smart. I know so much. When you allow yourself to be helped, this will empower your miracle path, which in turn helps all beings. Everything you are doing with me helps all beings. We are helping all beings. Thank you very much, love. I appreciate all compliments, all love notes, all of my followers, all my YouTube people, all of you just coming on, all of you who are my clients. I am so grateful for all of you in my life, because every Monday, Brian is in that corner, him and Archangel Michael, like this, and they are going, no, you are who you are. Get out there and be that. And that's my message to you. You are who you are. If your name is Julia Kiss, you should blow kisses to the world. Okay. If your name is Joan of Angels, you should raise your frequency, and develop your tribe, the Angel Brigade. Listen, together we are so strong. So, by the way, go sign up on my website if you haven't signed up on the website. Check out the intuition class. Keep going forward, please. Know that transformation is our birthright, and love flows through us. Love, and I'm your tribe, guys. So here's the final part. It's great. All I have to do is read this card the whole talk tonight. Blow kisses. Blow kisses, my loves. Blow kisses. That's why I blow kisses to everyone. All right. Give up your attachment to past experiences of rejection, fear, abandonment, worry, so you can open up to how much the divine loves you and can help you. So imagine this. Imagine that the universe wants you to get paid. They want our friends to make more money. They want prosperity to flow through you. And you're sitting there going, oh, I don't feel good. Oh, I'm in fear. Oh, I'm in worry. Do you think it could get through to you? No, that's called trickle down. It trickles like trickle, stop. So you have to open up the floodgates, my dears. Okay? So you can open up to how much the divine can help. Practice. Okay, this is homework. Practice feeling the confidence and unconditional trust in a higher power, knowing it is stronger than anything else. Wow. So I guarantee that what is going to shift on the planet is not just from our human selves. It's going to shift from spirit down and from the inside out. So when we do our inner work, we hold that frequency higher. When we raise that frequency higher, more people are then lifted and cleared into the light. It just makes sense. All right. Any questions? Does anyone have any questions? Oh my God, so much love tonight. So much love. Okay. I promised someone that I was going to talk about these cards. I had to take them down until I find a way to get them printed on demand. But I do have about 5 decks left. And so you could email me, Joan of Angels, and I can send you maybe a little more information about them. And I'm going to pull a card for all of us tonight. These are my angel cards. They're called the Miracle Messages from the Masters of Miracles. They were developed in 2018 from 44 of my paintings. And they're very loving cards. All right. So I'm going to pull a few. So this is for Sherry, Angel Train Station. You are on the path to success. Your time is now. And what was that card I had? Forward, don't stop now. This is for everyone. Do not stop now. Keep going forward. So the Angel Train Station says that it's a painting. It comes from a real painting. Drop your luggage. So between now and, the next period of time, look at your shadows. What is it you want to drop? What worries do you want to let go of so we can move forward fearlessly together? You know that children's book, Thomas, the Little Train Engine? I think I can. Let's change that. Let's go. I know I can. 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 I absolutely can. I know I can. And so do like I do. Be an angel on a mission. Oh my God. And I still have this painting. It's on a wall in the other room. Okay. Angel on a mission. I know where I am going. I have a renewed sense of purpose. So start thinking about all of us. Let's pretend we're all angels on a mission. I am an angel on a mission. You have no idea how it empowers you. Now, don't tell everyone else I'm an angel on a mission. Usually being an undercover angel is best. God, this looks good with my wings. Usually being an undercover angel is the way to go. Then people don't know that you're creating magic all around them. And they just say, God, I don't know why I feel so wonderful when I'm around you, but I do. Everything feels like I can do it. So say yes if you feel like you can do it. Say yes if you can. In fact, write it down. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. Did I get? Yes, I can. So this is the beloved one. Walk with me. I am by your side. Healing, compassion, and love within you reside. So we have all the love cards. Share your heart. Know and understand that yes, it will look like and can look like things are falling apart on the outside, but they're not falling apart on the inside because you can and you will. And I adore all of you. I'm just so happy to see you all. It really warms my heart. So share your heart. In fact, if you ever are in Coachella Valley, you are welcome to come and visit my gallery where you will see all of this art that might even be calling you to take it home. Mother Mary, I am protected by the divine. It's time to rest. I am safe and all is well. I am protected by the divine. It's time to rest. I am safe and all is well. So that is some of what I wanted to share with you tonight. Stay strong, guys. Come on. The moment you say yes when you really wanted to say no is when you step into your fear side, when you step out of your personal power, your personal strength, and your courage. So tonight's show is all about be brave, be fearless, and bold. Tune into yourself, stand tall. Listen to the show again. It's going to be up on YouTube. The beginning part where we talk about roots to the earth and ground your antennas to the heaven so you are strong. If you like me, share me out with your friends. I am in a growing stage, guys. We reached over 1,000 on YouTube, and now we have another 1,000 to go. Please like, subscribe, and share me out with your friends. Why? Who would keep a miracle maker all to yourself? If I'm helping you, let me help them also. Let's help all your tribe so they too can step into their personal power this life. Because there is a bifurcation. There is a shifting on the planet where, and some of you may have noticed it, there have been people who are passing. There are people who are not going to make it. Let's do the best we can to come together, raise our frequency, so together we can. Yes, I can. That's our message of the day. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And yes, I will. So yes, I'll share Joan out. Yes, I'll check out her website, get my free ebook. Yes, I'll subscribe to her channel. Yes, I'll check out that intuition class and those soul awakening sessions. And now, by the way, you can do a 15-minute session with me too, just to get your questions answered. All right, one more fast card because I got one more minute. Archangel Michael. Oh my God, I was waiting for Archangel Michael to show up because I've been talking about him all night. Removing obstacles as you release all that no longer serves you, your path will become clearer and clearer. So imagining that sword cutting through everything, and do your work. Remember, we are free to be me. This is our time. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. You were born for this. I'm trying to give you the whole night's talk in one sentence. I love you all. I'll see you all next week. I'll see you throughout the week. Check out the YouTube channel. I have all the shows listed up there. I love you all. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Joan@joanofangels.com. And be blessed. Step into your miracle path today. Love you all.